What's up, doll collectors and gift givers? It's time for another Barbie GBF Buyer's Guide. I had to say that now because of Copa. Real quick, I want to give a special thanks to Mattel for sending these products to us for free to review. Just kidding, Mattel doesn't have the balls to send free PR to a channel that would genuinely critique the garbage that they put out. Anyway, that's enough of that. Jesus Christ, how does she do that in every video? Mad respect. Well, with that parody out of the way, let's get into today's video, which is a Tuesday morning haul. Just in case you're unaware, Tuesday Morning is a discount store that sometimes has some really good deals on Mattel products, including mint and box collector dolls. And while I wait 500 years for Mattel to put out the next whip of fashionistas, I'm gonna have to get a little bit creative with my content if I want to stay relevant. You should be scared. But before I get into the dolls, I really wanted to show you these really cool accessories that I got with a Barbie playmat that was made by TCG Toys. This set was really interesting to me as it included these two 1/6 scale dog toys. One is a Pomeranian and one is a Corgi. And if you remember any of my Barbie Extra reviews, you'll remember how I complained about how cartoony the pets were in that series. Of course, these are a lot more realistically proportioned. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the Barbie Extra pets to compare them to. You all know what happened. I really only got these for my buddy Timothy because I know that he really wanted this Pomeranian, but I don't think that these are actually Mattel molds because I don't see any sort of copyright on them anywhere. So I'm not sure this is just like a random dog mold that TCG Toys had that they just included in here because they were sort of Barbie size. I mean, regardless of where these molds originated from, they're still in better scale with Barbie than the Barbie Extra pets were, in my opinion. And the set also included two of these, I guess you could call them lounge chairs, that are actually copyrighted Mattel, so this is actually a Barbie product. So because this was made specifically for Barbie, of course she fits perfectly inside of them. So the first doll that I'm going to be taking a look at today is the Barbie signature Mrs. Witch doll from Disney's A Wrinkle in Time. That's played by Oprah Winfrey. Now this is a doll that I probably would have never bought if it wasn't for the fact that I got a really good deal on her, even though her original retail price was $29.99. Since she was an orange tag, I got her for only $12. Even though Mattel lost the Disney Princess license for obvious reasons, they still occasionally do business with Disney for their theatrical films. Now this doll line was a total flop. I remember the Walmart clearance shelves being packed with the dolls from this collection whenever they couldn't get rid of them for retail price. And you can still find them at discount stores like Bargain Hunt, Ollie's, and Tuesday Morning to this day. But this is probably the most desired doll out of the whole collection as it is the only Oprah Winfrey doll in existence. And the back of the box gives you an idea of what Oprah Winfrey looked like in costume for the movie. I'm gonna be honest and say that I didn't go see this movie. The only reason that I knew about it was because I saw the Barbies in the toy aisle. And I don't know, it just didn't look like my thing. It looked like it was taking itself too seriously. It just didn't seem like a fun movie to go see. But if you want to, you can read this synopsis, but I only really care about the doll. So here's the Mrs. Witch doll straight out of her packaging. Her face sculpt is sculpted to the likeness of Oprah Winfrey, and I think that Mattel did a really good job. I think it looks a lot like her. I just wish that she didn't have this wacky makeup. But I've definitely seen doll repainters work their magic on this sculpt to get it to look more like Oprah, so I'll have to pay to get it repainted one day. But until then, she'll make for a really good body donor. She is on the collector curvy body with movement at the head, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, and also knee. So she is fully articulated, and her skin tone is very, very close to the yellow top made to move Barbie. A little bit more red, but since it's such a common skin tone, that means I'll be able to find somebody to use this body for. But she's rooted with this really beautiful blonde hair, and this hair is really, really soft. It's definitely not that cheap polypropylene hair that they use. It's more like, I almost want to say this is nylon. Of course, because I haven't seen this movie, I don't understand her costume like at all, but she has these really interesting silver earrings and this ring that's sort of like a rock, I guess. And her shoes are really strange. I mean, they're like a gold color. Honestly, these look like they could belong to a Monster High doll. I'm always really excited to get a doll with this body type because they have such a specific shoe size, so I can never get enough of them. But honestly, I really can't see myself getting a whole lot of use out of these, or really any of this outfit for that matter. Her bodice is like a molded piece of plastic, and I don't really see any way to get that off without cutting it off, so I can't really tell you whether the shirt and the skirt are two different pieces. I'm not sure why she's wearing tinfoil, but at least her face paint isn't pixelated. The mine looks like they stamped on the eye decals a little bit too hard because you can kind of see where the machine stamped into the head sculpt, but that's okay. I mean, I can boil the head and it'll return to its original shape. Was this doll worth the original retail price of $30? Sure, I think so. I mean, she's articulated, she's got really good quality hair, her face paint's not pixelated, she's got a cool outfit. I mean, if you care about the character, yes, I think that she's definitely worth $30. For a doll customizer like myself, I definitely don't feel bad waiting to find her on clearance. You know, something that I'm just now realizing is that she is actually the exact same initial retail price as that Ken that we're about to look at, and he has a made-to-move body. So that's something to take into consideration. Speaking of which, the BMR1959 collection came out way before I had any intention of making a doll review channel. This collection was designed by Carlisle Nuetta, who has worked for Mattel for a few years now, and honestly, his designs are hit or miss for me. And in my opinion, BMR1959 was a huge miss whenever it comes to the clothes. Which is a shame because I feel like Mattel did everything else right with the collection. I mean, they have made-to-move bodies, they have unique face sculpts, they have really well-constructed clothing, even though the designs are ugly as hell, and they have a really good starting price point. I think that $30 wasn't bad for all you were getting, and I know a lot of doll collectors like myself were waiting on sales for these to use them as body donors, because after the 5 years we've been asking for it, this is the first time we had seen a made-to-move Ken doll. And I really think that it's obvious, even though Mattel doesn't communicate at all with its consumers, that the Wave 3 of BMR1959 is cancelled. Which is so sad because I feel like Mattel practically got everything right with BMR, except with the clothing. Like if they had actual usable clothing pieces that real people would wear, or at least something cute like the Barbie Extra dolls, then I feel like they would have sold a lot better. But what do I know? I'm just a consumer. So as if you don't already know this, the BMR1959 collection has sort of like a cardboard shoebox design, and on the front you can see the original designer's illustration of each doll and also his signature on the bottom. And whenever you open up, there is some tissue paper with the logo on it, and behind it you can see a doll. Very simple. I really like this packaging because it's completely recyclable, so there's not a whole lot of waste here, and it looks really cool for display as well. I really wish that the Barbie Fashionistas had recyclable packaging because trust me, I do not need a million zipper bags. So here he is out of his packaging. I was originally planning on opening this guy up for Pride Month as he is the first Ken doll to ever be wearing makeup. So to me, this is our first openly gay Ken doll. I mean, Airing Magic Ken exists, and he is obviously gay, but to me he's a type of 80s gay guy who is on the down low and only uses Barbie as cover-up and then goes and fucks around on her behind her back with other Ken dolls. His head mold is really interesting because he uses the Tango head sculpt, the male version obviously. There is a female and also a male version of the Tango head sculpt, and they both originated in a 2-pack in the early 2000s where both of their dolls were doing the Tango. So I guess that's why they call both of these head molds the Tango head sculpts. But this one has been heavily modified to work with the made-to-move Ken bodies, so much so that they actually put a new date on it. So it's now dated 2019 instead of whatever it was originally dated. You can see his face is beat to the gods. I mean, he's got eyeliner, he's got eyeshadow, he's got his eyebrows filled. I mean, he's got 2 colors of lipstick. Yeah, he's got like a darker color of lipstick on the outside and then a lighter color on the inside. I'm guessing to make his lips look bigger. And then he's got eyeliner. I mean, he's got highlighter under his brow. I mean, he is on fleek, as the kids say. I hope the kids still say that. The green hair is obviously a questionable choice. I think Carlisle had green hair at the time, and I know that they see this doll as sort of like their mini-me. So, I don't know, I think that the green hair really distracts from his eyes that he obviously works so hard on. I mean, he even has painted nails. If this guy ain't gay, I obviously don't know what gay is. I mean, I don't really have any nails to paint, but he's just a lot more flamboyant than I am, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, his outfit's probably one of the better ones out of the whole collection. He has this blue puffer jacket that's lined really well on the inside. You can see that the BMR1959 logo is scattered in there. Honestly, the logos look tacky as hell, but I'm not a brand whore, so I think that clothing looks better with a cool pattern on it, or no design at all. I definitely don't want some random company's name slapped on the front like I'm a walking billboard. He's got these bright green overalls that match his hair, and under that he has this purple muscle shirt that I guess calls back to his eyeshadow. He's got this thick white chain necklace that I really wish they would have made metallic. And for his shoes, he has these orange platform high tops. I really doubt that they'll ever use this shoe sculpt again. You can see it's sort of hollow on the bottom, and you can see the Ken logo on the inside. His arms are covered in this plastic, I'm guessing to save them from staining. Like I said earlier, he is on the Made to Move Ken body with movement at the head, at the shoulder, at the upper arm, a double jointed elbow, movement at the wrist, at the upper torso. He also has movement at the hip, a double jointed knee, and also movement at the ankle. So if they ever wanted to give Ken heels, they could now do that. I think I'll keep this guy exactly how he is, as sort of like a testament to Ken's gay history. Of course, unless I find another head to use this body for. I always forget about the glasses. He also comes with these black, like, Cardi B glasses? I don't know what else to call them. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today for this Tuesday morning haul. Let me know in the comments, what's the best thing that you've ever found at a bargain store before? As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my content to support my channel, and I'll see you all next video. Thank you so much. Bye.